All right, so we are going to start off with the legs, which starts with the pink and then shifts into the green as we go through the legs. I need to get my crochet pillow. Hold on. I keep having to remind myself that I have this new, very expensive pillow, and I need to remind myself to actually use it during stream. I've used it on the couch downstairs. I've used it during stream a couple of times. It's just hard for me to remember to do so. Okay, let's see. Is that comfortable? Is that comfortable? That's comfortable, and I think you guys can see that pretty solidly. All right. This pattern does not have any specific size or anything, so I'm going to use my brand new E-hook that I treated myself to at the store. My E-hook was the crochet hook that was in my car when my car got stolen, so I've always been missing my E-hook. So now I have a brand new E-hook. Is it that one that starts with a V? What do you mean? I don't know your question. Volar. Oh yeah, Volar. Yes. I was like, for what? The crochet hook? Yes, the pillow. Yes, the Volari pillow. Correct. Correct. It is the Volari pillow. I don't have any complaints about it. I don't necessarily notice it being life-altering yet. I haven't been using it fully as it's intended. So the jury's still out on that one. But yes, it is comfy. It's just, I think because I put so much weight on my left elbow when I'm crocheting for some reason. I think it's because of my scoliosis. It automatically pushes me to my left side. That side of my pillow keeps flattening out very quickly. So crocheting with twine, I can't imagine. No, thank you. Andrew, welcome in. Thank you for the hydration. Thank you, thank you. Giveaway entry. Let's do that real quick while I have not started. All right, Andrew, you are in to win. I'm great. No, you're great. Makes for a seamless burlap. Interesting. How are the hairy babies? They are great. Grayson is on the ground chewing on his cheese stick. And Potion, I believe, is in the other room. Because she's not on the bed, so I think she's in the other room. Alright, here we go. Let's start working on crocheting Patrick from Spongebob Squarepants. Oh, speaking of Potion, there she is. Hi, sweet girl. Auntie Skellapuppy was asking about you. If I need to lower the volume of the YouTube music, let me know. Hello, Newman. Is it the Krusty Krab? No, I don't actually have one for the Krusty Krab. I just have Patrick, Sandy, Gary, Plankton, Squidward, and SpongeBob. Those are the only ones that were requested to make as a part of a big group crochet. No, this is a Wendy's. Give them lovin' and scritches. There. There. That's from Auntie Skellapuppy. The little scritches. Oh my goodness. No, this is Patrick. That's exactly why I titled my stream the title that I did. So we are going to be working until about 6 o'clock tonight. And then I have to get dinner and go to rehearsal, as I mentioned a second ago. I can't wait for you guys to see the finished product of all of these. Bella loves chin scratches. Aw. Yeah, but is this the Krusty Krab? No. Grayson loves his head scritches and butt scritches. Those are his favorite things. Alright, so this is a little bit different shapes. I gotta read the pattern for this one. This is also a not super great worded pattern, but I am going to make it work because it was the best looking one that was free. I love free patterns. Thank you for the lurk, Skellapuppy. I appreciate it. Numinator, how's work? Okay, we go around again. Work is work. That is fair. Three, 4, 5, and 6. Been sick for a few days, so you're taking it busy. Oh, I'm sorry you're sick. Are you taking the days off of work, or are you still working while you're sick? I haven't been sick necessarily. I've just been filled with allergies, and that stinks. Allergies are atrocious. I did go to my allergy doctor, though, today to get some more of my allergy shots. Since I'm on summer break, I can go more frequently, so I'm going twice a week for my allergy shots, which builds up my immune system a lot faster because it's getting introduced to more of the allergens more frequently. You took yesterday off. Died on sinus infection. Oh, yuck. You're allergic to heat? That's... If that was a truth statement, I would be too. You worked about 3/4 of a day today. I'm allergic to pretty much the entire outdoors. You're permanently on antihistamines? Yeah. Thank you, sweet girl. I love you too, my love. She's down here kissing my foot. She's giving me the foot kisses. Caloric urticaria or something like that. Interesting. Yeah, I'm allergic to pretty much the entire outdoors. I'm allergic to most grasses, most types of trees, different kinds of flower pollens. So, I feel you. If I was allergic to heat, that would give me my excuse to move out of Texas. 7, 8. All right, we're about to swap over to green. Once we get this last thing. I need an excuse. I mean, I could then say it's a medical excuse, a medical reasoning behind it. All right, we're swapping to green here. You guys, Brian has been playing through Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, which is one that I will be playing through at some point. It has not come up in my timeline for playing it right now, but I will be playing it soon. So make sure you go over and tune into his playthrough. It will happen soon, but not yet. Oh, my yarn is backwards. That's helpful. Because as I mentioned yesterday, I am planning on playing some games just for myself. And one of those being Final Fantasy Rebirth. I'll be doing that one off screen. I am not going to stream that one. I feel like for whatever reason in our community, we don't have as good a viewership and community buy-in and input when I have longer game series like Horizon Zero Dawn, Super Mario Sunshine, those kinds of things. So I've made the executive decision to not play Rebirth on stream. I want to sit and enjoy it and be able to grind as much as I need to and not feel like I'm boring you guys to tears. But be prepared. I will be doing Luigi's Mansion and Paper Mario at some point over the summer. Probably sometime in June. Zelda streams were fun for some people. For people like you who enjoy the Zelda series. Again, it's very hit or miss. I'm not going to make my entire content based off of one or two people or avoid content based off of one or two people, but when the vast majority, it seems that people show up for crochet streams, but they don't show up for my video game streams. I'm trying to take that into consideration to tailor our content for the masses. Just Becca streams in general are fun. You're sweet. Thank you. Okay, so there we go. That finishes off that. Oh, no, we go around it one more time. Okay, so we go around it one more time. Yeah, it's going to be Luigi's Mansion 3. That's the one that I purchased because it was on a Humble Bundle discount. So I was like, yeah, I'll absolutely get the Humble Bundle discount for Luigi's Mansion. Yes, please. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. You try and show up regardless of what I'm doing. And that's kind of what I'm hoping for is I want people to be here for the community and for what I stand for and not for just the game specific. Because I know there are some streamers that are very game driven and game specific, and that's why their community shows up every week, and that's great. That is not me. That is, I'm not planning on being a streamer who only plays one specific game to gain a following. I would get bored. I just can't do it. I currently have a a Nintendo relaxing radio station on in the background. So you're going to hear all different kinds. We started off with Stardew Valley. We had some Pokemon thrown in there. Now we've got Zelda. This is going to be a Nintendo relaxing music day. Cozy, chill vibes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And that clarinet player, that's absolutely me. It was my dream to be able to play my clarinet in video game music or movie music. Never got to accomplish that dream, but that's okay. I appreciate getting to hear amazing music. Five and 6. GWAR isn't. What is GWAR? Looks like a strawberry. Kind of. It does kind of look like a strawberry. It needs to be more pinched together. A band? Oh, I wouldn't know. One, two, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, how are we looking on Stream Readers? 7 minutes for Stream Readers. GWAR is an experience. What is it? Is that like, is it an acronym for something? Like, I thought it was God of War at first. It's definitely different than G-Force. Three, 4, 5, 6. It's a metal band. Oh. Okay. It's just pronounced like guar. 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 I've also been looking up. I need to buy a new monitor for my computer. I mentioned it a week or so ago that my monitor is going out, and unfortunately, I'm going to have to just suck it up and buy a new one. So ALS was helping me look up on Amazon some different options just for an upgrade. It's still fine, but I can see that it's going out. The coloring is going out. I've got these very distinguished lines on my monitor, vertical lines of different colors, so I can just tell that it's old too. I mean, I've had this since October 2020. I've had this monitor. It's a metal band that's known for very elaborate stage shows and costuming with some pretty shocking bits. Oh. Oh. Interesting. There's a bar near where you live that has a bunch of their old stage props. I have never heard of it. I'm surprised. I'm also not surprised. I was never really exposed to a lot of metal music growing up. All right, last row of the pink. Okay. It just feels so nice to have a new crochet hook. It's so nice and soft. Isn't the main singer usually wearing a demonic bat mask? Oh, spooky. I mean, doesn't that fit for basically every metal band? Don't they have to try and be as spooky of costumes as possible? Help. If you can't see what I'm doing, let me know, because obviously I'm still trying to figure out placement with this Volare pillow. I want to be sure you guys are always seeing my hands, because that's what you're here for. You're here for the crocheting, and if I'm off camera because I am trying to figure out how far up I need to have my arms, it's important information to know. There we go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we go around it one more time. And then I've previewed and looked through the pattern a little bit, and I feel like there's maybe not a typo, but it's missing information that unless you are a crocheter who's been doing amigurumi for years, you're not going to know what they're talking about, what you should be doing. Do, do, do. Okay, so we're getting all the way around here. Okay, now this one says on the second leg, crochet 12 more stitches. Okay, place marker. All right. Go around 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Chain 5. Now I think I'm supposed to go to the other leg. It doesn't tell me to do this, but that is how amigurumi works. That's how it should work, at least. Okay, so here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, my hair is in here. I do that a lot. I shed as much as my dogs do, to be honest. And then it says to crochet down the chain. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then 12 more. Perfect timing. And 12. All right. There we go. All right, we'll be back. So now I take this spot and we go around this for 9 rows of green. Just over and over and over again, and then we'll change back to the pink once we reach the proper number of rows. So this is the perfect time for anybody who has questions about crocheting or life in general. I don't have to count stitches. I just go around. We go around and around and around. Yeah, we just had a first time chatter a second ago, so that's why I got confused when my OBS was saying you have stream mode or you have whatchamahoo's-it enabled. I was like, no, I shouldn't. What is happening here? Why is there a hole right here? I don't like that. You don't know what you want to do with your life. What do I recommend? I recommend being awesome. Anything that brings you joy. Find something in your life that makes you want to get up out of bed. Whether that is gaming or making art of some capacity or going for a walk, reading, cooking, playing with animals. Find something that makes you smile. Find something that makes you genuinely happy with joy. And that can change. That can change. It does not have to be an end-all be-all that, you know what, today I feel like this is what's bringing me joy. And that brings you joy for 3 or 4 years. And then all of a sudden it starts to feel more like a chore, or it's not bringing you as much excitement and joy. Then find something different. And it's okay to be flexible. It's okay to change what brings you joy and what motivates you from day to day, year to year. Solid advice. Become a professional snoozer it is. Sometimes sleep is good. Sleep is life. Like cheese. Sleep and cheese. Time to look up what an invisible single crochet decrease is. Oh, I can show you that real quick. So a single crochet invisible decrease is when you take the front loop of the next 2 stitches together. Okay? So you're going to take the front loop of the next stitch. Don't yarn over. Go directly into the front loop of the next stitch and pull all the way through, and then finish off your stitch. Okay? That's all that that's all that I use now are the invisible decreases. It's so clean, and it's easy to do. It took me a while to figure it out, and I was a lot slower. I still am a little bit slower at invisible decreases because I have a tight tension when I crochet. But there are some projects I still use the regular decrease method just because it's easier. But I'd say about 99% of my crochet pieces now I use the invisible decrease. It's just a decrease. No, a regular decrease is when you go into both loops, yarn over, pull through. 2 loops of the next one, yarn over, pull through. Then you have 3 loops on your thing, and then you do a decrease. For an invisible one, there's no yarning over. You don't ever yarn over. You just go front loop, and then you pull through. So you only have 2 loops on your hook. You don't ever have 3 at that point. These are good questions. Good questions. I feel like I'm smart. Nifty, isn't it? Isn't it? Definitely all words that mean something to you, right? You're going to know all these crochet terminologies and how to do everything, and you'll have never touched a hook or a skein of yarn in your life. You guys are going to be professional crocheters without ever having touched a crochet hook. So you've been doing invisible ones this whole time. Half your friends who crochet can't even read patterns. Yeah, a lot of people can't read patterns, and that's okay. I can read written patterns. I don't like to read patterns that are the funny shapes and symbols. I actually found a PDF on my computer last night for a beautiful blanket, and I was like, oh, that is so pretty. And when I looked through it, it's not a written pattern. It's literally just the symbols. I don't know how to read symbols. I cannot understand and comprehend how to decipher the hieroglyphics that are crochet symbols. I can't do it. Okay, we keep going. We still got like 7 more rows. We gotta make Patrick have some very thick pants. Who wears short shorts? Not Patrick Star. No, this is Patrick. Can you post that in Discord for me? Because that's going to get absolutely lost in chat. I would love to be able to look at that and see if I can't. Because, I mean, the pattern itself lists the symbol and what it stands for. What I struggle with is deciphering where each stitch is supposed to go and how to. And I could probably figure it out if I spent the time and the brain power to look at it and treat it like a puzzle. I would much rather it just be written out numerically. I have a math brain, and that's just how my math brain likes to crochet. My doggies had a stinky toot. Gross. Do 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 do. Andrew, the other thing that is really controversial in the crochet world right now is the use of AI. It's a very controversial topic for a lot of artists, but especially for crochet artists. ChatGPT and any of those other AI device creation tools are really throwing a wrench in the crochet world, because they show this beautiful image about how you can make this fancy crochet project, and then you click on that website and you look and there's actually a pattern there. So you try to do the pattern. Well, the pattern doesn't actually end up making anything resembling the picture, because AI doesn't know yet. I'm sure it's working on it. It doesn't know how to do the intricacies of crocheting. It just knows that there's a bunch of crochet patterns out in the world, and it just took those numbers and symbols and tried to make something, but it didn't actually scientifically make the pattern work. So that's a big thing. Yeah, there's no crochet machine. If you ever see something that is crocheted, it is 100% handmade. There are no crochet machines. There are knitting machines. There's no crochet machine. So when you see stuff at TJ Maxx or on Gucci and they show you that it's like at TJ Maxx, for instance, they have a crochet sweater for I think $50. That is ridiculous. Don't buy something like that. Cost effective wise, yeah, that's amazing. But that is they are doing either child labor or they are not paying anywhere near the time and effort it takes for the people who manufacture those crocheted goods. They're not paying them a living wage. You have to understand if you are going to buy anything from anybody in the world that is crocheted, as you can see what I'm doing right now, it takes time. It is all handmade. Please acknowledge that and pay pay your artists. I was dying for a second there. I went to go take some cough medicine. Thank you for the hydration. I was coughing so hard that I was about to throw up, and I obviously don't want to do that on stream. That is probably against TOS, more than likely. I didn't want to get sick on stream. It's just like the annoying part is when you're coughing, you just keep coughing and keep coughing and keep coughing, then all of a sudden you feel better. So I went ahead and I took some cough gel medicine. Hopefully that will help. And I have a throat lozenge in as well, so hopefully that will lubricate my throat and it won't feel so sore and have that tickly sensation needing to cough. It sucks. It's not fun. I really struggled when I was at my friend's wedding all week because I got this terrible cough after I got to Kansas. It was like Wednesday, I believe. Like I flew in Tuesday, and then I believe it was like Wednesday. All of a sudden, I got this tickle in my throat, and I could not stop coughing. And it struggled. It struggled. I struggled to sleep. But once I was able to get to sleep, it was the process of falling asleep. I just kept coughing and coughing. Had to try and find the right angle of how high do I need to set my pillow so I can sleep comfortably. And I don't even know how I passed out each evening, but somehow I did. I was able to manage to sleep. But it has not gone away. And that is the thing about coughs is they are persistent. They stick around. After you start to feel better with everything else, the cough is the last symptom to go away, at least in my case. Thank you for letting me get up and take care of myself, because obviously when someone is talking and talking and talking the entire stream, as a content creator has to do, it dries out your throat and makes that tickle sensation come back. And then you start to cough more. It's a vicious cycle. You been munching on mini pretzels? I just got a recipe for pretzels in the game. That's hilarious. Take a shot of honey. Is it just because it's a lubricant for your throat, or is there actually like medicinal properties of honey? Because I know people put honey in their tea. That was row 17. So here's row 18 of 21. Mostly because it's the lubricant. Yeah, and that's why I really love the Luden's throat lozenges. I love these. I don't necessarily feel like they work as they are intended. They taste just like candy. I could just eat the entire bag just because of how delicious they taste, not because they actually are effective at what they claim to do. Am I the only one that loves the flavor of those things? Because I, as a kid, would pretend to have a cough just so I could have some more of those as like a piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. You don't think you have Ludens in Canada? Oh, okay. They're so delicious. So good. You're missing out. However, you guys have poutine and beaver tails, so it's a trade-off. All right. So each of these rounds going around takes a little over a minute to do because there are 60 stitches, and obviously I can't crochet one stitch per second. So it's a minute and a half, 2 minutes per row. Less than 10 minutes left in a Stream Raiders battle. I do feel like over the summer I need to sit down and finish Tears of the Kingdom. I think that should also be one of my next goals, is to finish Tears of the Kingdom. We started it last year for the St. Jude Play Live campaign. I played through it so much. I spent so many hours in that game. I burnt myself out of the game and haven't gone back. I feel like it's going to be really hard for me to get back into the game to try and remember all the controls and things like that, but I don't want to leave that game unfinished. I want to finish it. You like doing Stream Raiders, but when you were doing it, you were focused on putting down a unit every 5 minutes. You would end up not getting anything else done. That's how I was when Stream Raiders first came out. I was working from home, and it was amazing because I was able to consistently get 5 to 6 units placed every single battle. And I was obsessive about it to the point that it was unhealthy. I had to remove the website link on my phone so I could actually get other work done. I feel you on that. Even 1 to 2 units is much more help than forcing yourself to get all 6. While we want people to place as many units as possible, if that as possible phrase means 1 unit for you, that's amazing. That's fine. It's a team effort. Patrick has such stubby little legs. I was going to say like me, but surprisingly, I have really long legs. I just have an incredibly short torso. I shouldn't say I have long legs. I have normal sized legs comparatively to other people. It's my torso that is not proportionate to the rest of my body. You'd place a unit, but you can't actually get to the site to load. Oh, that happens a lot sometimes from what I've heard. Locally sourced honey has been shown to reduce allergic reactions to local pollens. Really? Interesting. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Last row. Here's row 21. Then we swap to the pink. You imagine it would depend on the severity of my reaction. I thankfully have not had anaphylaxis ever. I have broken out into hives, a handful of times. I think I've had hives maybe 3 times, maybe 4 in my whole life. But that was during allergy shots, not ever to a specific food or environmental allergen. That was during my shots. I've broken into hives during my shots. You have to reread the study because the honey is made from the pollen, so it would be exposure. That's true. That is also true. It adds more exposure to your body, so you want to make sure that you're always consult your medical professionals in your life to be sure before you try something that you have read online. Now, I think honey is a safe enough thing for anybody to try, but I am not a medical professional. I cannot give advice, nor will I just willy-nilly take advice. I will look into that though, because I love honey. I love putting honey on my breakfasts. Like if I have a piece of toast, put honey on my toast. I haven't really put honey in my drinks too much because I don't drink a lot of hot tea or hot beverages. Alright, last one. Now I swap over to the pink. Your computer slows down a lot if you have the tab open, so you need to do it on your phone. And then because you're checking your phone, would get distracted by other things. That's fair. That is fair. It does take a lot of resources. Absolutely takes a lot of resources. Okay, so for this one, I need to do 4 rows. No, 3 rows. Yeah, 22, 23, and 24. Yep. And then we start doing the shaping of Patrick, which is all of just the decreases. I'm noticing another typo in this person's pattern. So again, I'm glad that I am an intermediate to advanced crochet artist who has done a ton of amigurumi and I know what I'm doing without solely just following somebody else's pattern. Because if I was a beginner and I was reading a pattern word for word, my project would not turn out well because of the typo I just found. Always best to ask your allergist exactly. And I go to my allergy doctor on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Since I'm on summer break, I have that availability and that time to drive out there twice a week. I do have my follow-up with my allergist mid-June, my 6-month follow-up. And my best friend recommended that I ask if he could do a quick asthma test. I've never been tested for asthma my entire life, but she feels like she's not a medical professional either. But as somebody who suffers from asthma, she feels like it wouldn't hurt for me to ask my allergist to do a quick asthma test, as there is some stuff called allergy-induced asthma. And she said with the severity of the coughing that I was doing, she wouldn't be surprised if there are some issues with my lungs. She wouldn't be surprised. She offered for me to use her inhaler while I was visiting, and I was like, I don't know about sharing medications. I don't know about just borrowing my best friend's inhaler. It's not prescribed for me, so I don't know what it would do to my body. I'm sure it would have been safe, but I didn't take her up on it. I've never been the kind of person that will borrow medicine from other people unless it's an over-the-counter medication like Tylenol or Dayquil, NyQuil, that kind of stuff. Because I had forgotten to pack cold and flu medicine, and so my best friend had a brand new package of cold medicine at her house, and I just chugged that stuff while I was visiting, hoping these allergies would not turn into a cold. And thank goodness they did not. I did not turn into a sinus infection or anything, But it also never really got better, which makes me feel it was all allergies to begin with and was not an actual cold forming. This is turning out to be a pretty decent sized Patrick. I thought it was going to be a little bit smaller. But looking at pictures on the computer are deceiving because you can't really gauge a comparison in size unless it has another item next to it. So here is the last of the repetitions. Here we go. Bum, 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 bum. I miss Animal Crossing. I played that for about 10 hours a day during COVID, during the height of COVID, and absolutely burnt myself out of playing that game. But I miss it. I miss the music, I miss the visuals, the characters, how much fun I had with all of my friends online. I joined so many different Discord groups and Facebook groups, and I was visiting people's islands left and right. They were all coming to my island, especially when I had the best turnip prices around. I played the market. Do do do. Do do da be da da da. And I was the kind of person that I never time traveled. I played the game as it was intended. I never time traveled. I, one, couldn't figure out how to do it easily, and two, I was much too lazy. Much too lazy to do that. Okay, so there's the last of that. Perfect. We got Patrick has a thick old body. Let's start giving him some fiber fill into the legs just so we have the shaping. Because as we start to do the decreases, we want to be sure the shaping of the fiber fill doesn't get left to the end and it gets too lumpy. You want to start the fiber fill stuffing sooner rather than later. Because while it's still wide enough for you to reach in and get the shaping and the thickness is how you want it, versus if you're going through a much smaller hole, it's harder to separate the fibers of the fiber fill and get it to not be lumpy and get it to be smooth. All right, so we start off with a decrease. We just showed chat the invisible decrease earlier. Hmm. 15, 16, 18, 19, 20. $27, 28. All right, decrease. Excuse me. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Do you have any plans for this weekend as we finish off the month of May and go into the month of June? I don't really have any weekend plans besides I'm playing in church, and I also went ahead and volunteered to lead our Sunday school class for adults with special needs. I I chose this coming Sunday to be my Sunday for June. Since I was already going to be at church anyway, I was like, might as well. Okay, then go all the way around in just one solid row. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, I should be letting you guys know on the weekend of June 15th. It is a Saturday. June 15th is our Twitch anniversary, our affiliate anniversary. I have plans already that evening. So, what I'm planning on doing is doing half of the celebration on Saturday, half the celebration on Sunday. So, making it a 2-day celebration instead of a one long day celebration. So, make sure you add that to your calendar. Free up some time to come hang out with us June 15th and 16th. And if you have your Prime sub, don't forget that as of June 1st, the Prime sub allowance for streamers will be going down. So we're not going to get as much return on a Prime sub usage. It'll still be free for you guys, obviously, but the percentage that Twitch takes versus what they give to us will be changing starting on June 1st. Okay, so now we're doing another row of decreases. $15. Ah. Ah. Sometimes I go too fast and I miss grabbing onto the yarn. Okay. Go around it one more time. To finish off this row of decreases, and then we go around one in every stitch. We're getting close because soon it's just going to be always doing decreases, and every row is going to get 2 stitches fewer. It's still going to take forever to finish, but at least it's easy. It's a very simple pattern. It's just time consuming. Okay, one more time all the way around, and then I'm going to move my stitch marker. I also have plans over the summer. I want to go through my cabinets in my kitchen and start clearing out just clutter. I have so many plastic cups from restaurants and barbecue joints and just miscellaneous plastic cups from when I was in college or had my first apartment that I kept. But now it is all just a hodgepodge and is taking up space in my cabinetry, and I just would like to clear out some things that I don't use. What I had originally been doing was I was keeping all of them thinking, oh, well, when I have a garage sale in the future, well, that's hoarding behavior. I don't want to continue to have that kind of behavior, so I'm just going to get rid of things and give them to Goodwill or to my local Buy Nothing group on Facebook. There's no reason for me to keep some of the things that I have just for a future garage sale, which am I going to get a dime, a quarter? Whoop-de-doo. So that's one of those big summer projects I would like to do. Obviously, I have to do that when it is, I guess if in my house, I don't have to worry about temperature wise, but out in my garage, I need to wait and make sure I do it first thing in the morning or really late at night when it's not so blazing hot outside. And then another plan that I have is I want to clear out some space in my bedroom and make like a little craft nook and buy a chase or a nice recliner or something to put in there so I can have a really cute designated craft area that's not downstairs on my couch. Eleven, 12. Ah, okay. Then go all the way around this. You got this. Thank you. I try to think of some kind of a big plan and projects to do over the summer to give me something to do to feel accomplished. Since I don't work over the summer, I have a couple of private families, but I don't do a ton of work, so I can relax mostly. But I also feel really guilty when I am just sitting around on my butt all day and not doing things around the house. Because during the school year, it's almost impossible for me to get the time to do things around my house that I want to get done because I'm just so tired and exhausted from the school year. At least now I don't have to worry about extra responsibilities. I can hard focus on it. And I'm going to try maybe once a week taking each of the dogs on separate trips and outings into the community to a pet store or to Lowe's or something like that and just get them really good walks in the air conditioning. I still plan to take them on walks when the weather is comfortable, but by the time I was up, dressed, ready to go, it was already in the mid 80s. I was like, no, that's at the point where it's too hot for me to be comfortable taking them out with their pads on the cement. It needs to be in the 70s or barely hitting 80, like 80, 81. If it's 85 or above, no thank you. I will not do it. You would think, but nobody has asked me for any music lessons over the summer. I mean, besides my private families I already have. I have one piano student who I still have. I have one of my students from the schools who her family reaches out and we continue our music during the summer months together. And then I have one private family who I've had for many, many years. Now, I have one clarinet student who I thought she would ask to have lessons this summer because she's going into her senior year in college, but maybe she doesn't want to have lessons this summer. That's totally fine. I want her to be as independent as possible. Maybe she feels she's ready to move on. That's cool. I would be happy for her. I just know she always has audition music at the beginning of the year, so usually during the summer we try to get some lessons in to practice her audition music. But she hasn't reached out. $12, $15, $20, $25. So now we're just going to keep every single row doing 2 decreases and shaping Patrick. So this is row 31, in case anybody is curious if I ever ask. What row were we on? That's 31. Could also be a type of thing where they don't know you're open to doing private lessons. So yeah, it could very well be. Yeah, and thankfully I don't have to worry about making ends meet budget-wise because my school district does pay me over the summer. I chose the 12-month option. So I have a guaranteed income over the summer versus having a higher paycheck every month for 10 months. I would rather have that guaranteed summer income and have a lower budget every single month. That's just it. That's what works for me. It doesn't work for all people, and that's okay. Some people want and or need that super high, but it's not super high, higher monthly income for the 10 months of the school year, and then they take a part-time or even full-time job over the summer to supplement their income. And I've considered doing that, like being an Uber Eats driver or Instacart or driving for Amazon or something like that. But then I think about it, I'm like, no, I want to sit and veg and just be chill. Like, I don't want to deal with having to get up and follow a set routine and schedule. Thank you. Appreciate that. I have lost track of my stitches, so I am just going to put my decrease right there because I feel like it. It doesn't matter too much where the decreases go as long as they're on the sides somewhere. This is row 32. All right, sorry for those of you that get stuck in ads. Okay. All right, here's 33. Ads? What are ads? Pretty much. Ah, this will be approximately the time that we start tomorrow's stream, so be aware. We're going to start at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to go from 3 to 6. Our raid block is from 4 to 6, but I want to be on a little bit early. Patrick is starting to take shape. I hope Scooby has enough space on his shelf for all these guys, because they are coming out a little bit bigger than I meant to make them. All right, next we're on 34. Two, three. $15. 20, 21, 22. Okay. Now decrease and then do it again. Welcome back from the ads. If you were stuck in ads, please let us know what you were watching. What is happening out in the ad universe? What are they trying to get you to buy? All right, next. All right. Ah! Stop. Okay. So that was row 35. So now we're going to be on row 36. I'm going to take a little break here and start doing some more of the fiber fill in the legs. Okay. Numinator, how is all of the summer shedding that you're having to experience? Because both my dogs are shedding like maniacs. Skull Puppy, how's your dog when it comes to shedding? Does she shed? Okay. Patrick has some stuffing in him. He needs a little bit more fiber fill, but I will keep adding in as we crochet more of the body. At least as of right now, he's got some very thick thighs. He looks like he's got a he's got an hourglass shape right now. This will eventually push itself back out and match the rest of the body. Hmm. I'm really excited for you guys to see the Sandy I've been working on. I started that one before I went to my friend's wedding, but that was my big project that I worked on the entire week while I was there. Because we had lots of downtime and I was able to get a lot of crocheting done, which was great. So, I mean, she's very close to being finished and she's absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. Which technically makes sense when you think about it. A squirrel is bigger than a starfish. However, in the show, she's the same size as Patrick and Spongebob. Proportionately. So I think we have, what is it? We have 52 rows and we are on 36. So not much left. We're very close. And then we need to make the hands. And then the detail work, I'll do some needle felting of the like flowery felt shapes that go on the bathing suit, pants, whatever you want to call it, that Patrick wears. And I'll make his eyes. And then he'll be done. See, I'm looking up. The only row that is different than all the rest is row 52. That's the only row that is different. All the rest of them, we are doing 2 decreases at each of the sides, and that's it. Or 1 decrease on each side. Coffee Bacon, thank you for placing an epic unit on the battlefield. I appreciate that. Welcome in. We have less than 2 minutes. 1 final unit on the battlefield if you can. Yeah, we're doing great. We are only an hour and 40 minutes into stream. So I have a feeling we'll finish Patrick on stream today, which would be great. We'll feel very productive. And if I'm able to get that done, then I will start on another small project. Because I also have a request to do Courage the Cowardly Dog. So I'll probably jump into that one because it's a small project. Little girl is dead on the camera over here. She's so cute. Her tongue is all blepped out. She is passed out. It is serious nap time. This is about the time of day where I like to take a nap. Obviously, I can't take a nap on stream. But it did not affect her schedule. She's like, we take a nap on the couch all the time around this time, Mom. I'm gonna go ahead and take my nap. Thanks. All right, 10 seconds. Let's go run that battle. All right. Okay. Coffee and Bacon said, I got you. I'm going to put down an epic unit already. Thank you, Coffee and Bacon. Saving those epic units for those boss chests. Alright, here's the next one. Heck yeah! How are you? I hope you're having a fabulous week. It is wonderful to see you in here, friend. Reminder, tomorrow is the crochet giveaway. You have today and tomorrow to still enter. We will run that giveaway at about 5:45, 5:50 tomorrow evening. Because we are on a raid tree and we have to end at a certain time. So I want to make sure that we back up our timeline accordingly in order for me to do input all of the entries and all that stuff. Having a fabulous week. Ooh, tell us about it if you want to. I love that adjective, fabulous. You have to cut up branches and burn them. Ooh, okay. Someone's a pyro. Loves some fire. I'm a water type. I'm not a fan of fire. Definitely a water type. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pray you don't kill yourself. Yeah, please don't kill yourself with cutting down trees. Okay? Do not injure yourself. Make sure you take your time. Stay safe. Dee da dun dun. Dee da da dun. Dun 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 dun. Ba da ba bum. Ba da ba bum. I'm just going around and around and around. Good thing I had a brand new skein of yarn. That's the color that I grabbed is watermelon. I have a bunch of different shades of pink, and I was looking at them. I was like, I don't know if I have enough yarn in that skein. Don't know if I've enough yarn in that skein. This is a brand spanking new skein of pink, and I was like, well, I definitely know I have plenty of that. I actually have two brand new skeins that came in a 2-pack. So when you order yarn online, sometimes they send them to you already wrapped up. Dun, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. I know I'm off camera. I'm just adding fiber fill to the body. It's not a super thrilling thing for you to be watching. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. I've been great. I've been great. Not much to complain about, you know? Oops, I did my stitch 1 too early, but that's okay. I would love to hit our St. Jude goal for this month. I would really, really love to hit 2,000. So if anybody has $5, $10, $100 they're willing to do, if anybody wants to actually do the donation match, it has been lowered down to $250, and that will make your donation double have an impact, okay? So if you've been wanting to donate $250 or more to charity, consider turning that into a donation match so other folk who may not be as fortunate and financially well off to be able to do a large donation, their donations will be doubled and have an even more of an impact for the kids of St. Jude. You're not cutting down trees for fun. They were killed by bugs in old days. Oh, ew. Heckin' bugs. Heckin' bugs. I also figured you weren't chopping down trees just for fun. I figured there was a reason behind it. We are on row 43 now, for those of you that were curious as to, hey, how many rows has she done? Thank you for those that are lurking. I know a lot of you are at work still. This is a lot earlier of a stream than we typically do. All right. Since Patrick has just a typical cone-shaped head, um, it's really easy of a pattern to follow. You don't have to worry about counting stitches too much. You still want to know what row you're on, but it's also very forgiving because eventually you're going to be down to so few of stitches you know you're at the the end of the project. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11. And again. Okay, I'm gonna take my stitch marker out just so I can add some more fiber fill. I don't want it to accidentally get stuck in there. We've had that happen on a handful of projects. It's not fun to have to maneuver your way around getting a stitch marker out of an already finished piece. But this is why you need to be making sure you always stuff your projects as you're working, because as you can see now, I can't even fit my entire hand into the project. So I'm having to do the shaping externally while I add the stuffing, because you don't want it to be really hard on one side and really soft on the other. It needs to be throughout the same thickness. It's another reason why I sometimes go off camera to do the fiberfill stuffing. Sometimes you just need to snuggle with your project, you know? You just have to snuggle with it and make sure it's the right thickness on every nook and cranny. Impact! Welcome in! Alright, that's better. That's much better. It's just this little shoulder right there that's kind of throwing me off. Okay. Impact, you are in. You're in to win, Impact. No being angry. This is a happy stream. This is also not cited. This is Patrick. Oops. No, this is Patrick. How's life going, Impact? Are you having to do any summer school to get ahead in your classes? Hey, Austin! You're not? Nice. Nice. Are you free? Free as a bird? Another super frustrating workday done. Holy crap. Oh my goodness. That is illegal. I'm going to tell your office to stop having frustrating workdays. But hey, it's done. And it's one day closer to summer break. The frustrating issues are no fault of your own. That's the worst part. Like, if you guys were causing your own frustration, that's one thing that you can actually fix. But if it's not your fault and you're just having to deal with the ramifications of somebody else, that part sucks. We are close. We have a couple more rows. Okay. All right, got 4 more rows, chat. Here we go. Here's row 49. The higher-ups implemented policy changes on their end in real time. They forced you to go against the original guidance given to your students that put students in a larger bind. Oh, that stinks. I'm too fast? Well, too bad. We are on a mission. We have to be fast. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast, boys. Okay, let's add some more fiber fill. Also, when it comes to the eyes, okay, it's not gonna have, one of the pictures has safety eyes and the other picture has crocheted eyes. I'm just gonna stick with the crocheted eyes and not use the safety eyes because it's gonna be kind of tricky to try and eyeball where the safety eyes need to be placed. So I'm not gonna worry about safety eyes. I will just use yarn. The Zelda music is so perfect. Ugh. So perfect. Okay, it's this one little spot right here in the middle that is awkward. There. Alright. The Hives just have no idea how illogical the changes they implement are. Yeah. They're probably trying to, like, adjust their bottom line because it's all a business. They're all in it for money. And if they can adjust something to boost their salaries or affect the bottom line, they're going to do it without thinking of how illogical it is. Just keep going, friend. I know it's tough. The rejection is really tough, or the not knowing, but just keep going. Something wonderful is out there for you. I know there is. All right, final 2 rows. It's all part of the process, yep. All right, final row. Just the last thing of all decreases. We got 7 minutes left in Stream Raiders. Let's go ahead and add a little bit more fiber fill here before we cinch up the entire top. Okay. What's happening? Coffee and bacon. Thank you so much for donating $10.81 for the kids to make it $17.50 That is amazing. Because that means we've now hit we've hit another $250 mark, which means I need to make another Lego flower for our bouquet. Thank you so much. Treat yourself. Awesome. I need to treat myself to something. Okay. Then I will get myself another bag of these gummies. I'll probably go with the gummy lifesavers versus the Skittles. Thank you for having me do a streamer self-care. All right, there we go. And Coffee and Bacon, do you have a specific image you would like for me to put on our digital art piece? I know you donated for the Starlight and had me do a coffee and a bacon. I can do that same image if you would like. Every donation, no matter how big or small, will be commemorated into our digital art piece. So if you've been wanting to get onto one of our pieces of art, now is your chance. You'll give more later. You just wanted it to be with an extra penny. I feel that. I feel that. There we go. All right. Patrick has his body done. Thank you for that treat. Let's do the hands. I need to sit in my chair properly, though. Hi, baby love. Hi, beautiful. I love you, sweet girl. You are tired. Why don't you go back to sleep? Go lay back down. Go back to sleep, honey. I know. She has some FOMO. She doesn't want to miss anything important. I will never let you miss anything important, okay, sweet girl? Go lay down. Ah! My headset got stuck. There. Alright. 2 hands, because Patrick has to have a star shape that requires him to have 5 points. So 2 hands, 2 feet. All right, and whenever we finish this Patrick, then we will jump into doing some Lego, and I'll go grab a Lego flower. Do, do, do. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8. 12. Go around that. Okay. We gotta go around this. Make it 15 across. 10. 15. Now we got to go around this a bajillion times to make the length of the arm. Alright, so we have to do this 7 times basically. Add the length of the arm. So this will be about 5 minutes to make this. Maybe not quite that long. Here's the second row. So it technically is row 8. Now we're on to starting row 9. Here's row 10. Here's 11. We gotta do this twice because Patrick has to have 2 arms. He never had an arm amputated. Here's 12. We have to go all the way through row 14. Here's 13. And row 14. Last row of this arm. Seems like a long arm, but I guess it's not in proportion to the rest of his body. Okay. Fasten off. And we'll do it again, but don't forget to take out your stitch marker. We go again. Excuse me. Okay, go all the way around that. And then we go up to 12. Go all the way around that. Then make it up to 15. All right, now add our marker back in. And go around a bajillion times. Here's row 7. Here's row 8. We're rushing through this. We're speedy. Be fast. Here's row 9. I am enjoying my new crochet hook. It's not as comfortable as my one that was stolen, but it is significantly more comfortable than just the plain metal crochet hook that I've been using. So definitely an improvement. This is row 10. Here's row 11. I'm glad I saved my white yarn. I was about to clean up my desk and put it away, but then I thought about it, I was like, oh no, I need the white for the eyes of Patrick. So I still have that here, thankfully. All right, here we're starting row 12. $13. And last row. Coming up, here's row 14. And done. Okay. Oh, perfect timing. Ads are in place. There's the 2 arms. Now it looks to me like they stuff the arms slightly and then they flatten out the top and they sew down across both sides of the arm. So that's good. Just slightly a little bit more. Still a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. That feels better. Okay. I am going to wait to put these on until I get the right placement for the eyes. I think this is a pretty good placement, but I want to make sure the eyes are going to fit and I don't have to go up or down a row or two. All right, eyes. You aren't using the magic circle for the eyes. You okay, sweet girl? We got under 15 minutes left in Stream Raiders. I really enjoyed this pattern. It was very simple. I had to do a couple of minor tweaks just from typos, but overall it was a very easy to follow pattern. Welcome back from ads. Okay, there's eyeball number 1. Make number 2. We still have to add the pupils in a black yarn. Okay. Next row. And final row. And we are all done. Fasten off. All right. Now to figure out placement of where do we want these eyes. With the arms. Because the arms are going to be flattened out like this. I feel like that's pretty good, actually. I feel like that's a pretty decent placement of the eyes. Just going to whip stitch down these eyes, and we'll add the pupils after. And you don't have to do it in this order. If you prefer to put the pupils on and then whip stitch the whole eyeball down, you can. We also need to add in the details of the eyebrows and the smile. And then the needle felting of the design on his pants. All right. Eh. Now these eyes are touching right in the middle, so we're going to make sure they are slightly touching right here. There we go. About halfway done with this eye. There we go. Alrighty, both of the eyes are now on. I need some of this black. Now, what I think would be smart is actually to make this into a magic ring. This is probably going to be smarter than to try and crochet a circle with just a straight strand of yarn. Is that big enough? Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's going to be so much cleaner. Okay. That's going to be cleaner. I like that. So again, this pattern didn't tell me how to make the eyes, except for the white. It didn't tell me what to do with the black portion. So I'm making this part up on my own based off of how I know how to crochet. I'm cutting some extra strands of black to do as the eyebrows and the mouth. It wants me to do it out of embroidery thread, which would probably look a little bit cleaner, but it also does not matter one bit. Whoop. That is one of my favorite ways to make a very simple crocheted mouth, is to just go straight across, make a straight black line, go how far down you want the mouth to go, pull back up under the yarn and pull it down, and makes a nice V, and it stays in place and it's really cute. And there's some eyebrows. We got 30 seconds left in this Stream Riders battle. Scooby, welcome in. All right, Scooby, here's what we got so far. All right, let's sew the eyes on. Put the pupils on, I should say. The eyes are already on. We need to put the pupils down. She's going crazy because of the kids. Kids will do that to you. Kids will drive you bonkers. Are you guys enjoying your new place? She's not as cool as me to have the summer off. Yeah, I know. Not many people are as cool as me to get the entire summer off. Almost there. You're enjoying it. The best part is you don't have to share your bathroom with the kids anymore. That is an upgrade. That is absolutely an upgrade. Congratulations on not having to share the bathroom with your children anymore. We love that for you. There we go. Trying to squish all of this through the fibers to stay as stuffed in there as possible. There we go. Patrick now has a face. I'm liking the way he's turning out. Ah! Hey. All right, this one's going to be off camera for just a moment. He is so large, it is hard for me to get him centered on camera while I am putting the arms on. All right, one more stitch here. When is the next Becca off-stream game night? Whenever you guys want. What are you wanting to play? What you want to play, Impact? That's a loaded question. Are you wanting to Lethal? Are you wanting to Mario Kart? You're down with some Mario Kart? Okay. We can definitely do a community game night. It does not have to be on stream. We can just do a community game night just for people that are in Discord. Oops. Get out of there. Here we go. Yeah, it looks like it is symmetrical across. Okay. Patrick has all of his limbs attached. All I need to do is the needle felting of the detail work on his pants. And he'll be done. There we go. Here's Patrick. All right, so we need some purple. There. I need to basically 1, 2, 3. I bet you he has one on the back. So we'll make 4 of these. And I think 4 will probably be enough. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see how many I have to actually make, but I bet 4 will be plenty. So this one looks like it's going to be rounded. And then kind of comes in, down, and back up. Something like that. There's two. Scooby, I've been having a blast making all of these SpongeBob characters. I'm almost done with Sandy as well. And then my plan is to start on Gary. I actually may do Gary and Courage tomorrow on stream because they both seem to be smaller characters and I think I can get them both done quickly. I've already done Plankton. Sandy turned out massive. Sandy was huge. She was the one that I spent, she was my only project that I worked on while I was at my best friend's wedding. So all of last week and on the plane at the airport, she was my project that I worked on and almost done. I still have to um, sew all the limbs together and then have to make her bikini top and her bathing suit bottoms. Okay, time to start stabbing Patrick. Time to start stabbing Patrick. Patrick, I apologize. This is not gonna feel good. I'm sorry for this. It's not gonna feel good, Patrick. It hurts me just as much as it hurts you, I'm sure. I'm gonna try and stab him up in the air a little bit because I'm shaking my desk and I don't want to be shaking the camera and um, the microphone and all of that. That's better. Now to stab in the middle, just to make it less puffy in the middle, it needs to flatten out. But I think I'm going to use these smaller stabby needles for this section here. The smaller stabby needles are better for that fine tuning when you're needle felting. The bigger, thicker needles are better for the placement of the felt into the main shape that you want it to be in. And then you want to use the smaller needle for those fine tuning of the details. There. There's one placed. The next one's going to go on his leg. And again, I need to be off screen for a little bit while I get this at least initial placement put down here because I'm shaking my desk. Okay. So there's the side piece. There. We do all the shakies. This one's not stabbing down. All right, we will double stab it. Stab it with my super large needle. Excuse me. There we go. Now it's going down. Stab! And I can probably stab him like this so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Ah! We're going to double stab this just to make it a little faster. There's number 3, and then last but not least, our final felt piece here. There. We did it! Patrick is completed. Patrick is done. Patrick is done.